Okay, we should be recording. Evelyn,
Yeah.
okay. So I was sharing before with the other people that at first I wanted to do it by age before I read the biographies. I was like, okay, if somebody's really old, then maybe they should go later. But these were really difficult because each one of these people had something really positive and then something not so positive.
Right.
So how do you guys want to do this? Do you want to just
Uh, should we go ahead and each one of us like take turns reading off our list and then discussing after, or I don't know how you would guys.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I just want to say at the beginning, like I shared with Mildred and everyone before, I'm very open because I didn't look at this list and was able to say, oh, that person needs to go first or that person needs to go last, because everybody had good and bad. So you're suggesting we just kind of read off our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
Yeah, and then from there we can go on and say like why we chose in that order, and then we can debate on who should go in what order. So
Okay, cool. So does somebody just want to start random?
I can go, but I just did it in order of age because it's just so hard to measure, like something like this is a life and death thing, and you're really gonna, I think the factor of having kids, makes it like, oh, maybe you should be more up there if you have 3 kids, you have kids depending on you.
Right.
So yeah, but right now I just have it in order of age because I'm just like, I just think that's the most unbiased way, but I'm definitely open to like more suggestions. Like the relationship that's going on. I don't really think that's a reason for them to like, for the lady, what's her name? Helen. To like die because she's having an affair. It's just this is so gruesome to me. So I just did age, but I'm definitely open to, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what we were talking about before. We're like ages are really easy.
Yeah.
But somebody want to go next? Evelyn, do you want to go?
Okay, I did it alphabetically because I didn't want to choose like, I don't know.
You did it alphabetically?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm turning this up a little bit.
by their last name.
My last name, okay. All right.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I get it. It's tough. Yeah. It's not real lives, right? Like when you're not in front of these people and you're not like, okay, you're gonna probably die. So that's why I'm saying I'm very open too, because like, I don't know. So you just did it by age, by last name. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I guess I'll go next. So my possible list, for my number 1, I put Tozo. Number 2, Helen. Number 3, John. Number 4, Suni. Number 5, Edward. And number 6, Owen. So that's my list.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna look at their biographies and then just look at your list because I forgot like what each one is,
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. You guys have them in front of you. I can screen share the list. I just don't know if it'll shrink the boxes, but if you guys have it in front of you, then we're good, right?
Yeah, I can get it.
I have mine in front of me.
Do you have it, Evelyn? Oh, you do? Evelyn?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, cool. All right, so I'll tell you mine just because so I chose Edward as number 1. I chose Suni as number 2. I chose Tozo as number 3. I chose Helen as number 4. And I chose John as number 5, and I chose Owen as number 6.
Okay.
And is anybody taking notations of that? All right, let me see here. I got Vivian. Vivian, you were easy. Note wise, I know mine. Okay. So who should we make number 1? What do you guys feel?
So number 1 is the person that gets saved first, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
They get.
Why did you put Edward first? I'm just curious.
I put Edward first because he was the one with the company. Because so this is how I felt, especially during these times. I know he's the oldest, and like I was sharing before, I would have made him last because he's the oldest. But because he has 250 employees, but only if he comes back will they have their job. So that's 250 employees and families for 10 years. So that's guaranteed life finances for 10 years for 250 families. So in my mind, saving him was saving 250 people for 10 years, like their financial lives and everything. I didn't even look by, at some point I forgot, I didn't do age. I didn't do race. I didn't care if they were having an affair. These are all, we all do things that, aren't necessarily we're supposed to be doing or whatever, but I just picked like that. And then I chose based on merit, so I chose Suni because of the HIV and AIDS program that she's working on, that's super, super important. And then it was really tough. I'm being honest with you. It was really difficult picking an order. And then I chose Tozo because of cancer and what she's working on and everything like that. So I chose based on their impact to other people, right? That's how I chose.
I actually really like that. I feel like it's good to hold everyone to like the same standard. So yours is kind of like, well, how do you affect the rest of the world, And this ties into like social psychology, of course. And then merit, right? So we could go off those two things. I'm definitely open to that. I actually like your list.
Okay. And I can make adjustments. I'm just telling you, that's just how I went by, not who they are and what they are as a person, but their effect on everybody else.
Right.
Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. So for me, the reason that I put Edward as number 5 was 1, because of age, and 2, like you said about the employees. I also thought about the contract, right? But the thing is that it's only an if, it's not a done and done deal. So it's only if the contract is signed that those 250 employees will be there for at least 10 years. And not to mention that his company is possibly going into bankruptcy. So if the other person that is willing to sign that deal sees that it's a bankruptcy, that deal will fail to pass. And either way, those 250 jobs would or would not would be there or not. So that's why I didn't really put him higher on the list. And the other one was because of his age. That's the reason why I put him more down on my list. And then for Tozo, I put her at the top of my list because she is the youngest one and she still has a bright future. I know that she started stopping with the medical research because she was getting too stressed from it, but I didn't hold that against her because she's still young and she shouldn't be judged on the fact that if not she continues to do with her medical research, because she's still a young person and she could still decide whether to go back into that or not. So that's why I put her as my first choice. And after her, I chose Helen because she's a mom, she still has young children that need her. Her husband is always working at home. And so I put her as the second one. I didn't really care about whether the fact that she was having an affair or not, as I was more worried about for like family. And then for the same thing for John, I put him third on my list for the same reason, because he is a dad. His children are from like ages 6 years to 19. So and also that despite being a Trump supporter, he has a really good like positive impact on his community. So I thought, what, he should be third on the list. And for Suni, I put him 4 because I wanted to put him higher, but like honestly, he's not a dad, and so that's why I didn't put him more above. But I still put him in 4th because I think that he was doing like really good stuff with the HIV research. And like at the same time, he still had family that he was sending money to. So that's why I wanted to put him higher, but I didn't put him higher just because of the fact that he was like not a parent. And then for Owen, I put him 6th for the same reason, because he didn't have family waiting for him. I did feel bad because he has gone through all the stuff in his life where he was a veteran and he's like he has alcohol abuse, and so like I also felt bad for that. But the thing is that, like, you know what, no, because he, didn't have family, so that's why I put him more on the bottom of the list. So what I went through when I was picking out my list was age and also like family and merit. So that's what I had going through my mind when I was choosing my list.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Mildred. I see your point too. Like it's not a guaranteed contract. I just
Yeah.
don't like that. So I totally get that. You're correct.
Mhm.
Okay, go ahead, Evelyn. Why don't you go?
Okay, so I did it alphabetically because I mean, I don't want to judge like because of their value to the society,
Mhm.
I just,
Yeah. Yeah, I totally understand. And Mildred, do you have a big family or do you have a family?
Yeah, I have a big family. So I guess maybe that would have been like my subconscious bias, because I do have a big family. My family is like with my mom, my parents, and my siblings. We're a total of 8 people just in that. So and then branch off to uncles and aunts and grandparents and cousins. So it's bigger.
That's
Yeah.
what I figured. Yeah. And I think that's what this assignment's pointing at,
Yeah.
the differences between us and what we value.
Yeah.
So how about this? Do you think we could pick who's last first?
Yeah,
Because I had one in common with you, Mildred. I think it was we both chose Owen as last.
Yeah.
How does anybody else feel about that?
Oh, I thought you picked Owen as first. But
No, I picked Owen as last.
oh, I think I was understanding your list backwards.
I picked Edward as first.
But I do agree. He could go last. I don't care.
How about you, Mildred? Does that sound good?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Okay, Owen and Evelyn, are you okay with Owen going
yeah,
last?
that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, one down. It's hard to say, but one down. Okay, then number 2. I'm sorry, number
5.
Yeah, number 5. This might be easier to go like this, right? From down to top.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
So my number 5 I had was John. And what was your number 5, Edward?
It was Edward.
Edward. Okay, and Vivian.
Mine was John, just by age though.
Okay. Okay, so that's 2 Johns. I understand that you're right by age, and it's not a guaranteed contract.
Yeah.
So I'm
Trump
cool.
Carter.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Evelyn, are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, John.
All right. Number 4. So I had Helen as number 4. Who did you have, Vivian?
I had Suni.
Okay. And Mildred, who did you have?
I had Suni too.
22.
I mean, I feel like Helen has kids, so Suni should go below.
Okay. Helen. Yeah, and that was really tough too, because I don't have a big family, but if I did, it would probably make this 10 times as hard, because I tend to date people with really big families because I don't have one, you know what I mean? And I just love that interaction and just the way it is, the chaos and the love, everything. I love that. Okay. So Suni then?
Yeah, Suni.
Okay. All right, number 3. Okay, who did you have as number 3, Mildred?
I had John.
Okay, and Ian?
I had Owen, but we already chose him.
He's dead. Or he's last. Sorry. All right. I had Tozo, but so who we have left? We have Tozo.
We have Tozo, Helen, and Edward.
Okay, Tozo, Helen, and Edward.
I think Tozo, I'm just gonna say, like, put in my input, should go first because she's 19. Like you're gonna cut her life off at 19.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
And I got that. The only reason why I made her third is because she says she's decided to live a more carefree life, free from school and pressures, right? So I have a younger brother who decided to do the same thing. Like school, he got out of school and he's like, I'm just gonna go sail the world or do whatever, you know what I mean? I'm like, you just got, what are you gonna do with yourself? He's like, I don't know, I'm gonna wait. So I was like, okay, I get it. That's what younger people do, right? Change their minds. But that doesn't mean that's a bad thing.
Mhm.
All right. So we have Helen, Tozo, and John. No, John's dead.
And Edward.
Edward.
Why don't we do Edward, Helen, Tozo? Or
Yeah, you know what? I feel number 3 should be Edward because of his age and because the contract's not guaranteed. How are you guys with that? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Evelyn, are
Yeah.
you okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right.
so it's Tozo, Helen, Edward, Junie, John, Owen.
Yeah. So are we doing that? Tozo's
Yeah.
1. John's
Wait, why did we choose John to be 5th again?
I think because he has kids, so that wait.
oh, he's the
no.
Trump supporter.
Yeah, but he
Oh,
he's the one who was positive in his community. I don't know if you read.
Yeah.
And his children are 6 years to 19 years.
Wait, I thought 2 people had chosen John as number 5. Well, no,
Yeah.
No, I chose John as my number 3.
I think we got John and Edward mixed up.
I think we did. Okay, so
Uh,
number 5 should be Edward. No, because we just made him number 3.
why don't we just switch Suni and John?
Okay, are you okay with that, Mildred? Oh,
That's like a compromise.
my intermediate. And so we have number 6, we have Owen. Number 5 is now Suni. Number 4 is now John. Number 3 is Edward. Okay, and then now we're down to 2, which is Suni or Helen. So for me, I would put Suni first then. That would be Suni and Helen. How about you?
For first, Suni and Helen first.
I would say Suni first, Helen second, but how do you guys feel about that? We got time.
Yeah. I mean, again, the age thing, it's like I'm 19 right now, and I can just imagine like I would want to be first in this line. You know?
So yeah,
Just
and I
because you're third doesn't mean that you're gonna die. It means that you're just gonna get like captured third.
Right.
Which depends on the time.
As they go down, the chances of survival.
yeah, because I mean, there's a possibility that all might survive, and then there's a possibility that all might die. So it's not a guaranteed thing. But yeah, so I would agree with that. I would want Tozo to stay in the number 1 spot just because she's the youngest, and you know, I know that she's like doesn't want to continue with medical research and wants to travel the world, but I don't think that should be something that should be held against her because she is young, and you know, she could change her mind again, you know, you never know. So that's the reason why I put her number 1.
Okay,
Yeah.
I meant Tozo. That's what I meant, not Suni. Sorry. Okay. All right. So Tozo number 1.
Yeah.
So
All right,
we have
cool.
Tozo, Helen, Edward, John, Suni, Owen.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Is that it? Is that all we had to do?
Yeah, unless you guys want to debate more.
No, I mean, like I said, I'm comfortable with that. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
So
it's-
we have we have Tozo, and then the Helen, Edward. Does Edward have kids?
No, Edward doesn't. I mean, they're all grown up. He does have children. But the thing is
yeah.
that yeah, I wasn't convinced too much about Edward. Like I still wanted John to go first just because of the fact that he's a dad. But yeah, because Edward no, he has 2 grown children, and both of them have their own families. So
Why don't we switch them?
Edward with John?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So John is third. Just a thought.
Yeah, because yeah, because John, his children are 6 years to 19 years. That was the reason I had chosen John to be my third choice.
But I mean, it does say Edward has personally negotiated a major contract for his company. And the final, but. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but then I don't know if you read that it said
It
this
does,
contract if signed. So
well, he
if
means he gets
it's
back.
not,
I think that's what it means. If he gets back to sign it.
yeah, if signed, but the it would guarantee. The thing is that if he signed it, it's not a done deal, you know. So, and the thing is that what bothers me about it is that it says his company employs over 250, right? But the thing is that and recently has fallen on hard times due to loss of a major account. His company has laid off 100 employees and is facing possible bankruptcy.
Right.
So that's the reason why I didn't choose Edward to be more above in my list, because of that. Because if not, I would have chosen Edward to be above John. But that's the thing that made me stop, because yeah, like it gets you the fact that like, oh, if he gets rescued, then he's able to go out and sign that contract because it's a done deal, and then those 250 jobs will be like guaranteed, right? But the thing is that it's not guaranteed. It says if signed, so it's a possibility. It's not a guarantee that the contract will be signed.
Okay, so you want to switch number 3 and number 4.
Yeah.
Vivian?
Yeah, I mean, I'm so torn, but yeah, let's just do it. I mean,
Evelyn?
he's also older, Edward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing that I took into account.
He's almost 70.
Yeah. Evelyn, are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a final tally here. So number 1, we have Zoe. Number 2, we have Helen. Number 3, we have John. Number 4, we have Edward. Number 5, we have Suni. And number 6, we have Owen. Poor Owen.
Yeah, Owen's like for sure thing that he's going to stay at the 6th spot.
Yeah. All right, cool. That's horrible. All right, I think that's all we have to do, right?
Yeah, that's all we have to do.
Cool.
What a great way to start our day. Just
Yeah. Picking who's
like
Yeah.
cynically losing.
Yeah, who's going to die and who's going to live, you know, just
now time for some coffee.
yeah.
Right here.
Awesome. Okay, guys, let me just minimize this. All right, guys, thank you so much. I wonder if we can post this so we can, because I'd like to go back and review it. So maybe we can post this, or I can send you a link so we can go back and watch it, so we can take our.
I don't know if you remember how to do those like file uploaders in our like group page, because I know like he did it in class, so you could post the like video there for like under the tab backup file folder, like backup video.
Okay. All right, cool. It's telling me our meeting's about to end.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, guys, thank you so much.
Right.
I'll get this
Okay.
posted. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you, you too. Bye guys.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Okay.